Fantomex! Right arm to build Arnim Zola. Fantomex in the house. X-Force. What? Oh, look at that, huh? All the characters on the right? This is old. Everybody should already have this figure. These guys have been out for a while. Artwork, Ed McGuinness. Good for doing big heads on his art. Cool. Or massive jaws. Packaging's pretty cool on this figure. I like the current artwork though for X-Force. If you guys have been reading X-Force, keeping up with that, it looks really cool. Here he is in the back, shooting away. Package. So, how do you guys feel about this wave, man? It's kick-ass. I mean, we've got so many obscure characters. X-Force, Dark Avengers. Geez, we even got some Guardians of the Galaxy in this wave. Crazy. The mysterious Fantomex villain or hero. Only he can decide. And just for a lot of you guys that don't know, Fantomex is actually Mexican. It's actually Fantomexican. But they cut it short just to make it look cool. I'm just kidding. He's not Mexican. Anyways, there's the characters from the wave. Let's check out the figure! Here is the Arnim Zola. Tales of Arnim Zola. 5 of 6. Oh, we got Astonishing Beast. Well, I don't know. It's Astonishing Beast, but before he went cat face on you. Pretty cool. Make sure you read these in order. Alright, here it is. Fantomex with right arm. Build it, and they will come. Here's the arm. Pretty cool, right? Ooh, fuck, man. This thing's hard to pull together. Damn, son. Man, I gotta tell you guys, these Hasbro joints are tough. I mean, shit, they can take a licking and keep on ticking. The plastic they use is a lot better than Toy Biz, to be honest with you. It just doesn't break as easy. Here's Fantomex, bottom to top. Yes, he holds his guns retarded. Shit. We'll go over that right now, though. But for now, let's take a look at the figure. Paint scheme on the figure is accurate, all the way down to the back. The lines. The only thing is, it's a bright white, and it's it's a gloss black. The problem I have is there's no shades in between that. There's no like a gray overspray per se. Usually when you're doing white, it's good to shade the muscles with a little bit of gray. Adds contrast to the figure. The head does pop off. Let's take a quick look at the face. Nice. Pretty cool. I like the way they did the mask, the eyes, the paint, the stitching on the side of the mask. Makes it look authentic, right? Good old details. Reminds me of the good old Toy Biz days. It's that kind of stuff that makes a figure stand out. And I think they're catching on in a sense. But, you know, a lot of you guys know Dave Vonner was part of the layoffs that happened recently, which is, he's the godfather of Marvel Legends, worked at Toy Biz, knew the ropes, and now he's gone, man. So, so I wonder where the product's going to go and what direction it's going to head in. Anyways, we'll talk about that. I'm doing a video on that as well, too. Anyways, let's look at the figure. Pretty cool, man. I mean, they got all the lines right, and they all line up, you know, especially where the joints meet, which is pretty rare. They were able to paint over the joints, which is something they I don't know, man. It's like they contradict themselves when it comes to that. But anyways, here's the little dilemma we have. Let's put the gun in his hand. Now it looks okay from this angle, right? But look at that shit. It just totally veers off to the right. So you kind of have to pop his wrist, which, you know, to make it seem like he's holding it straight, but that's not what it's supposed to look like when someone holds a gun. And I was kind of tinkering around with it, and I finally figured out what the problem was. You kind of have to get that thumb over that little hump there. See that? Get the thumb to go right above that. And it's kind of tough. Let's get that. We got to get the trigger finger in there, and then the thumb right above that. And it'll actually hold it a little better. It actually holds it straight for, you know, I mean, if you guys don't want to take the time to swap out the hands, I mean, it's just placing the gun correctly on the hand so that it holds straight. So if you want it to get the gun right, you have to put that thumb right over that lip. Gee, I was about to say that's the hammer of the gun, where you cock the hammer, but it looks like more of a modified 45. Something like that. So there you go. Looks good from both angles. The gun's actually really nice too. They actually did a dark wash on this gun instead of just giving us a plain silver gun like they did with Bucky Cap and Steve Rogers. So they at least added a little bit of that. See, here's the gun. See how he's holding it? Over here he's got the thumb right over that lip. And in the other hand we have it different. So you just kind of have to shift the gun over just a tad bit versus the way he's holding it over here. So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of the rubber bands. Let's get rid of both of these guns. Let's look at the pouches here and the harness for the guns. Pretty cool, huh? I like that. You know, I like the removable harnesses idea. I like the fact that they're kind of doing what they used to do with the G.I. Joes, or what they still do with the G.I. Joes, I'm sorry, is what they do is they, you know, add all the accessories and they're removable, which is awesome, you know, just in case later on down the road Marvel Legends gets canceled again. At least we got all these accessories and body molds to do our own customs with. The gun here, I love the way this gun fits into the holster. It kind of goes in and it hangs at the bottom. How cool is that, huh? Looks really cool. Fits in there real snug too. It does bow out a little bit once the guns are in there. It tends to bow out just a bit, but the cape, the coat, holds the guns down, and you can kind of put the gun outside the coat as well too, which is really cool, man. You can do so many things with this figure. See how the the coat, you can kind of overlay the coat over the guns and it'll kind of just hold it down so it's not flaring out so much. You know what's funny is that this mold is, at first I thought it was going to be the Forge mold, but it's actually the Wolverine mold that came with Forge. And you could tell because, you know, the forearms don't swivel and the calves don't swivel. You know, recently in the recent comics, I believe it was the last, I want to say 2 issues ago, Fantomex was actually hanging out without his coat. So let's go ahead and pull his coat off. This is what I like about these coats. They're so durable, man. You know, they're just, I mean, you really have to go out of your way to rip this thing, but there it is. Just pull it right off, no problem. And now you got Fantomex, as he was in the comics recently, without his coat. There's just so many things you could do with this figure. So there is a slight problem. Oh no, he's naked in the back. It's little things like that. Sometimes Hasbro misses it, man, but I wish they would have just painted back there and they would have just killed two birds with one stone. Why? Because what if this guy decides to just be hanging out without his coat for like the next year? We're fucked, man. We're going to have to paint those damn stripes ourselves. And it's not very difficult to get back into the coat. You kind of have to, you know, bend the arms out. And don't be scared, guys. I'm telling you, these figures, the plastic on these figures is a lot more durable than you think, man. It's not like Toy Biz where the plastic's a little bit harder and tends to crack, stick, and break. These figures are made to take a beating. And a lot of people don't understand that. Personally, for even for customs, a lot of the times the Hasbro bodies are just better. The paint sticks better, and you get less breaking. Here he is, looking all the way down. Look at that, all the way up. Pretty cool. Side to side. It's got a little bit of a tilt, not too much since it's sitting on a ball joint. We've got the shoulder ball joint, right? Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. Look at that paint. It goes right through the joint. That's crazy because a lot of times they complain, oh, we can't paint over the joints because the paint will chip. Bullshit. They just contradict themselves. Here's the bicep. That's what I was telling you about. I'm sorry, the forearm swivel. It's not there, and that's how you know it's the Wolverine body. But just like the Wolverine body, right, these hands, they were interchangeable, right? So a lot of you guys probably forgot that these hands, yep, they can pop right off. Just give them a good tug. We got fresh paint in there holding it. Look at that. That peg's made for removing. So if you guys want to customize the hands, you know, add some fists or, I don't know, whatever, articulated hands, you can do that. You can actually add the right hands to hold the guns correctly. I think somebody, who was it? I believe it was Loco Lou that used Nick Fury hands and just swapped those out. And shaved it down a bit, and shaved that peg a bit. Here it is. Down all the way up, semi, Good enough though. We've got the waist swivel. We've got that rotating ball joint, no T-joint yet on this figure, right? Thigh rotates, double jointed knees. Once again, right? We don't have that calf swivel, and that's how we determine that it's the Wolverine body. Regular foot goes up and down. Wish it was the new ankle rockers, which kind of sucks, right? Can't do anything else with it. Oh well. And basic articulation, but it's good enough. Good enough. The articulation's there to do what you got to do ACBA wise in your displays. This guy is a hand-to-hand combat guy, and he's a marksman as well. He's pretty kick-ass. Not quite clear on the rest of his powers, but here's the cape. The cape. Why do I keep saying the fucking cape, man? I mean, I've actually edited it out, guys. I've said the cape like probably 15 times in this video. Fucking trench coat. All right, trench coat. You can actually heat this trench coat and bend it back. As soon as you heat it and bend it back, like I'm kind of doing right now, you run cold water right away on it, and it'll actually have that coat stay in that position. Crazy, huh? That's what I love about these coats. The plastic can be molded in any way or any fashion you desire, man. You can do whatever you want with this guy. Anyways, Fantomex, man, this figure's really awesome. And if we would have just had those ankle rockers and maybe some interchangeable hands or better hands to hold the guns better, and maybe even just a little bit of a touch of gray. I mean, right in the muscle area, you know, an overspray, a wash, man, this figure would have scored a 10, man. It would have gotten a 10. So for now, I'd have to give it the same score as Bucky Cap, huh? 8.5, maybe even a 9, just a kick-ass figure. Well, if you don't got this figure, I don't know what to tell you. Go to tru.com, go get you something later.